Declan Walsh. I'm the head of finance at Trust Housing, and I look after a finance team here, and we cover all the financial aspects of running our organisation. Part of my role, a key part of it, is to report on cost and expenditure throughout the organisation. We liaise with all levels of stakeholders within the organisation to ensure that our costs are kept at a sustainable level, which in turn will give clients and tenants value for money for the rents and service charges they pay. A key area in this is obviously the continuing capital investment in our existing stock through kitchens, bathrooms, boiler replacements, etc. In the year to March 18, Trust spent 4.6 million on this investment, which is roughly about 18% of our annual spend. It's this area of spend which is managed through the asset team. Indeed, value for money is an outcome dealt with specifically in the Scottish Social Housing Charter. It is under outcome 13 and says that organisations should manage all aspects of their organisation so that tenants and customers receive services that provide continually improving value for the rent and other charges they pay. As part of our drive to achieve value for money within the organisation, we have set up a Team 13 Value for Money tenant group. The aim of this group is to create and maintain a working definition of what value for money means from a tenant's point of view. The group also examines what tenants value most highly in relation to the services provided. This will help feed into the process of allocating resources to ensure that we are allocating them to the areas that tenants value the most. As well as managing the costs as efficiently and effectively as possible, the organisation recognises the need to grow in order to keep our cost per unit at a low base as possible through the achievement of economies of scale. And it's this new build programme that Craig will now speak about.
Well, my name's Craig Wood. I'm Development Manager at Trust. After recently joining, my role is primarily new things. It's either new developments or remodelling existing developments. Well, we've got a mixed bag just now. We've got one that's just about to get underway down in the Borders, down Duns, which is an extra care facility which we work in partnership with Scottish Borders Council. It's 49 units. We are also got some stuff going on in East Dunbartonshire, which is a mixture of there's some social rent, more mainstream, and there's mid-market rent, which we got through the planning process. At this stage, I think we're looking at growing by about 100 units a year, 100 homes a year, which is an ambitious target for an organisation like Trust, but a target we're happy to try and get.
What we do is we make sure that the property is up to standards and meets the requirements, what people are expecting from us. To make sure you've got a nice property or a nice development, your houses are kept up to standards, your kitchens, bathrooms, just everything really about it. And what we also do is I do like a quarterly, 6 monthly check, a visit. And when I come here, I look at the fire register to make sure that all the fire regulations are being met, the tests are being done, gas safety checks, water temperature checks, your shower heads, just everything to do with mandatory stuff within the development. It's just making sure that's all up to scratch and that we are meeting everything that we've been asked to do.
Really good.
And making sure that you're safe and comfortable in your house.
The guys were actually really good. One hiccup apart from that, everything else was really, really good. So, yeah.
I think it was good, and because I think when we done the colour choices as well, I think it turned out actually quite nice to have it a lot brighter and more modern looking. And I think as well, because it complemented the carpets, I think we're doing it all at the one time was excellent. Did make a difference.
The carpets are still standing, even though they put them down for now.
As soon as they couldn't do it because it was wet, so they had to wait till that dried. And then they were on the ball.
And not too much noise, I don't think. I mean, I wasn't here
No.
like in your flats, but I don't think there was so much noise or anything. I think we were really good.
I was surprised how good it was.
So everybody's real happy with what we've done?
Lovely. You can see a difference.
Yeah, okay. I noticed a big difference.
got a new kitchen, it's lovely. That's the second one I've had since I came in here, of course.
Good.
Oh, it's made a big difference, it's brightened up the place.
Well, I've got a good window here, and in the summer it's lovely looking out here at the trees and the birds, and when you're working at the sink it's nice and bright, and I've got all I need for myself, every comfort I need in the kitchen, and I plant my own appliances, but everything else that they have put in has been wonderful.
Okay.
Cupboard space is good, plenty of drawers. Really happy with it.
Good.
Certainly made a big difference because, as I see, it's a lot brighter than it was. It's not as dull as it was. And the wooden floor, I like the wooden floor too.
The shower put in recently.
Okay.
I'm very pleased with that, really.
My name is Gary Cusick. I'm the Facilities Officer for Trust Housing Association. One of my main roles within the facilities team is to project manage various replacements, refurbishments of major boiler systems, communal boiler systems, fire alarms, water tanks, emergency lighting, anything to do with mechanical or electrical or water services within the building.
My name's Pauline Sinclair. I work in the facilities team in Glasgow along with Gary. I'm the Facilities Administration Officer. I work along with Gary and our team, and we deal with the administration side of the projects, certificates, the tenders, invoicing, arranging with coordinators and tenants, advising of dates for services, etc.
Part of the role within the facilities team, one of the main aspects we look at when we consider a new project is the efficiency of the equipment that we're putting in, how energy efficient that is, and the benefits that it will bring to Trust and eventually to the tenants as a knock-on effect. If we can reduce our energy bills by the type of equipment we install within the building, then obviously that has a knock-on effect in payments that the tenants need to pay towards the heat with rent or the rent bills and things like that. So
our role in the facilities administration is to check these certificates, check everything is in order with regulations and legislations, and it's a worry that tenants themselves don't have to worry about, that we deal with it and they know they've got peace of mind that everything's in order.
this is our new advanced MX Pro fire alarm panel. This is the standard panel that we will be fitting in all our developments as we start to replace the fire alarm system and upgrade it. It will be quite advantageous for some of our remote sites where it could maybe take, say, 4 or 5 hours for a maintenance engineer to get to site. They could actually dial in, disable the actual device that's causing the problem, then silence the panel, and they can get there in about 4 or 5 hours time, fix the fault, and the tenants are happy really at the end of the day because the panel's been silenced, it's not been ringing for 5 hours, which is a great thing. So connected to the new fire alarm panel is we have new smoke alarm devices whereby it has a heat sensor and a smoke sensor combined in the one unit. The benefits of that is the sensor is better able to distinguish what exactly is a false alarm. With those two elements, the detector decides whether it's a real fire alarm or it's just a false alarm, and it decides whether to activate or not. Another benefit of the new fire alarm system and these detectors is each detector has a sounder and a flashing beacon attached onto it. This allows us to help people who are hard of hearing, also visually impaired, because each detector has the sounder on it and each detector also has the flashing beacon on it. So it certainly improves things going forward for our tenants again.
We've had a lot of work done here at Ravenscourt. Recently we've had the new fire system installed, which has been fantastic. So all the times the tenants are burning toast, it means that there's only one alarm going off rather than all, like a full evacuation for all the tenants. So that's been working out really, really well. We've also had a new lift installation, which has been great. We've had no issues since then. We were lifted previously, the lift was very old and breaking down, and lots of workman time and things, so that has made such a difference also. And when I came here 4 years ago, there was like historic hot water boiler issues. We've now had new boilers throughout, and what a difference it has made to all the tenants' lives. No issues. 3 big major parts of this development have been modernised to the point where it has been fantastic. What a difference it has made to the tenants and the staff here at Ravenscourt. A lot of our time would have been taken up dealing with repairs, but we've got 37 flats, Stacey, so if one boiler's down, that would affect possibly 12 flats, so 12 tenants would be coming for repairs and you were dealing with all that. So it really, really has made a great difference here for everybody, I think.
Hi there, I'm Martin Donaldson. I'm the Health, Safety and Wellbeing Advisor for Trust Housing. I would say the main part of my job is making sure that the association is compliant with all the different pieces of legislation that fall under the Health, Safety and Wellbeing bracket. Some of the ways that we do that is we carry out risk assessments. Within the developments we have general risk assessments which look at the state of the development in terms of slip, trip and fall hazard, the condition the stairs are in, the condition of the stairwells and the condition of the handrails. Another thing we do is we carry out fire risk assessments on the development. The fire risk assessments will pick up things like emergency lighting, emergency escape routes, emergency signage, and making sure that we don't store any combustible materials in electrical cupboards. So part of fire risk assessments also takes into consideration scooters. Now we know in the developments we do have a lot of scooters, but the storage for these scooters is kind of in the minimal. What we would like to do is make sure that if you do have a scooter, you can charge it and you can store it within your own flat. If this is not possible, we do have some exterior storage and we will provide this where possible. One thing we don't want with scooters is to have them stored in the communal areas, places like the corridors or within the lounges and dining rooms. The reason for this is that if we have them stored in these areas, we're restricting the evacuation points for getting out if there's an emergency. One thing to bear in mind here is that if we're restricting it from ourselves getting out, we're also restricting access from the emergency services getting in, which will delay the times that it's taking them to get in here to deal with the emergency situation. So the ultimate goal in my role is to make sure that I ensure the health, safety and well-being of all staff, all tenants and all visitors who come into the development.